what's going on with that mustache and beard thing that you got? Is that like is that a Halloween thing or
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. Basically, it's if until my son cuts his hair, I'm not gonna shave. That's just the way it is.
Okay,
So,
that's
Doc, how
it,
do you
huh?
like your
Yeah.
steak? Medium rare, medium, or well done? Because we're loaded for bear out here.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez, unbelievable. Hey, first of all, good to have you with us. For all of our listeners, you can go to rx4liberty.com. Also on Instagram, rxfor liberty, to follow Dr. Barke, gracing us every week here on the show. And you've had some great morning messages that we will get into as well. Notice, though, some of them have to do with, not even the C word, but also just in general. You've been talking about a lot of informed consent, which is really cool. I love Informed Consent Fridays.
I just got that.
You just got that?
COVID.
Yeah. Yeah.
Say it like it is.
Say it like it is. When you talk about informed consent, and we've had some, segments on this, so we won't stay on it too long, but you focused on a few other, let's say, vaccinations out there that have become almost part of the norm when a pediatrician in particular will ask the parent or say to the parent, hey, you have to have this vaccination for your son or daughter,
Right.
DTaP, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. Are you seeing or hearing that more parents are either questioning that or the vaccines
Yeah,
or avoiding them now?
yeah, 100%. And I think in part it has to do with COVID. Because of the way in which the COVID vaccine was rolled out, it raised a lot of eyes for parents to question other things. You've got a doc out in Texas near your area. He's arguably the leading cardiologist from a publication standpoint in the world, and that's Dr. Peter McCullough. And he recently was talking about childhood vaccines, and there is growing literature that says as a result of childhood vaccines, we're seeing more eczema and asthma, autoimmune problems, and so forth. And he, Dr. McCullough, believes that the childhood vaccine program we should really put a pause on that and reevaluate all these vaccines as far as safety and efficacy. Years ago, when many of these vaccines came to be, we didn't know a lot about these illnesses and so forth. Now we do. And, I've been looking into this, and the gold standard for whether it's drugs or vaccines is placebo controlled. And what that means is you take a group of people, you give them the vaccine, you take a matched group of people and you give them a placebo, like a shot of saline salt water. And then you watch and follow them and see what happens and compare the two groups. I didn't know this until I studied it, but there is not a single childhood vaccine, with one exception, that has undergone a rigorous placebo-controlled trial. These vaccines are not studied that way. They're studied against older vaccines. They're studied against themselves minus just the viral antigen. And listen, I know you've got listeners that don't like it when I talk about this. And I'm not telling anybody to get a vaccine or not get a vaccine.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is you should understand and get informed consent. You should know what the ingredients are. You should understand what the studies are that brought the product to market. And you should understand what the post-marketing studies are. And just real quickly, post-marketing studies. We're all familiar with some consumer items where they were released, and only after they were released and the public used them that it turned out that they were a problem, like the Pinto car. Remember that thing?
Oh, yeah.
Inexpensive car, but it got rear-ended and it would explode, right? So they had to recall it. We have a drug called Vioxx. It was touted as the next greatest thing, FDA approved. It came out, millions of people used it, and it was discovered that it causes heart attacks and people to die, and it had to be recalled. So until a product is actually in the public big time, we don't actually know what the side effects and potential problems are. FDA requires the package insert contain information about the post-marketing studies of these products, and they're often very different than the side effects and problems when the products were brought to market. So anyways, informed consent, understand what you're getting, then you make an informed decision. And I'll bet you any listener that's listening or watching, last time you went to the doctor and got your flu shot, tetanus shot, pneumonia shot, whatever, were you given informed consent? Were you given the package insert and told about the side effects, the ingredients, the studies, and so forth? Ask yourself that question. And if not, why? that's something that is important. If you go in and have surgery, for example, go have like hernia surgery, the doc will tell you that. They'll say, listen, this is a really safe procedure, but these are the potential downsides: chronic pain, the effects of anesthesia, rare and safe these days, but every once in a while something goes wrong. You get informed consent and you go, no, 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 I get it. I'm going to sign off on it, and it's something that I want.